You get nothing, Clara. My grandmother's voice cut through the silence like a knife, echoing through the grand hall of her Boston estate. 30 family members sat frozen in their designer clothes, eyes flicking toward me. She sat in her wheelchair at the head of the room, her lawyer beside her with a stack of papers. To everyone else, this was just an inheritance announcement. To me, it was a public execution. What no one knew, not my cousins, not even my mother, was that I'd been quietly paying for everything that kept my grandmother alive. Her treatments, her nurses, her equipment, every last cent of it. 2 weeks earlier, we'd all received the same text. Family meeting. Sunday, 3 p.m. Attendance mandatory. That was Grandma Eleanor dramatic to the end. My mother had called me 3 times. Clara, what did you do this time? Nothing, I told her honestly, absolutely nothing. But in my family, doing nothing meant not becoming who they expected. No fancy job, no rich husband, no kids, just my little nonprofit that nobody cared to understand now. Sitting in Grandma's opulent living room, I could feel it. This was Judgment Day. Clara has wasted her life, Grandma said, pointing a trembling finger at me. She's 30 years old, no career, no ambition. While her cousins build legacies, she hands out sandwiches at shelters. My cousin Nathan smirked, a finance prodigy who bragged about his crypto portfolio every Christmas. Beside him, my cousin Olivia, a rising corporate lawyer, nodded smugly. I've watched each of you achieve greatness. Grandma continued. Nathan manages millions. Olivia, maid partner. Daniel owns 3 clinics. Amelia's restaurant just earned a Michelin star. You've all made me proud. Except Clara. She paused dramatically. She lives in a shoebox apartment, drives an old car, and throws away her potential working for pennies. Today, I'm announcing my estate plans. Everything goes to my successful grandchildren. Clara gets nothing. The room erupted in applause. My mother's eyes brimmed with tears. I stood up slowly. I understand, Grandma, do you? Her gaze was ice. Do you understand what a disappointment you are? I could have argued. I could have told them that my shelter job was actually the Reynolds Foundation, a nonprofit I founded after selling my first tech startup at 22. That we operated 15 shelters in 6 states. That we had a $45 million annual budget. But they wouldn't have believed me. They never had. I love you, Grandma, I said simply. I wish you good health and more years with your family. She sniffed. You'll need luck now that there's no inheritance coming. My phone buzzed. A message from my assistant. Board meeting in 30 minutes. Expansion proposal needs your approval. Also, Mrs. Reynolds Care Center requesting $192,000. Q1 payment authorization. I typed back quietly. Approve both. Across the room, Grandma's lawyer cleared his throat. Mrs. Reynolds, before we finalize the will, there are irregularities regarding your medical payments. Medical payments. Grandma frowned. The specialized treatments, private nurses, and medical equipment, about $2.5 million total, were paid in full by an anonymous trust. The room went dead silent. I assumed insurance covered it, Grandma said faintly. No, ma'am, the lawyer said. Insurance only covered 20%. The rest was paid by something called the Reynolds Medical Trust. The founder recently authorized disclosure. His phone buzzed. He read the message, then turned pale. The trust, he said softly, was established by your granddaughter. Clara, gasps filled the room. That's impossible, Grandma whispered. Clara doesn't have that kind of money. She runs the Reynolds Foundation, he said, one of the largest women's support nonprofits in the country. She sold a company selling for $30 million in 2016. The foundation operates 15 shelters, employs 200 people, and serves 10,000 women and children every year. She's been paying all your medical expenses for the last 3 years. Grandma's lips trembled. You paid for everything. You needed care, I said gently. And I could help. Why didn't you tell me? Because you wouldn't have accepted help from your failure granddaughter. Nathan finally spoke, his voice hollow. You live in that tiny apartment by choice. Yes, I said. It's next to one of our shelters. I like to be close to the women we help. And the old car? Olivia asked. It runs just fine. My uncle was scrolling on his phone now. Clara, you're in Forbes, Fortune, CNN Heroes Award winner. Why didn't you say anything? I tried, I said softly. You all just never listened. The lawyer hesitated. Mrs. Reynolds, one more thing, the home renovations last year. The elevator, the ramps, the safety upgrades, those were paid through another trust she created. Grandma was crying now. Why? After how I treated you. Because you're my grandmother. Because you raised me. Because that's what family means. The room was silent except for Grandma's sobs. Then Nathan spoke. Clara, how can we help? You really want to? I asked, surprised. We were wrong, Olivia said. All of us. Tell us how to make it right. I smiled, pulling out my phone. The foundation always needs mentors, donors, board members, and volunteers. Use your skills for something good. I'll join the board, Olivia said immediately. Our firm will handle your legal work pro bono. I'll arrange corporate sponsorships, Nathan added. One by one. They all offered something. Grandma squeezed my hand, her frail fingers trembling. How do you not hate us? Hate takes energy, I said softly. I'd rather use mine to help people who actually need it. She sobbed harder. I called you a failure. You were wrong, I said. But I forgive you. Her voice broke. I'm proud of you, Clara. So proud. I know, I whispered. Later, driving home in my old sedan, I looked out at the quiet streets of my neighborhood, the same one where dozens of women now had safe beds because of my work. Success, I thought, isn't about inheritance or applause. It's about impact. Somewhere tonight, a woman was safe because of what I'd built. That was worth more than any fortune. That was everything.